Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. And if this is your first time, my name is Dr. Aya Adenuga. I'm a public health physician and founder of Action for Teenage Mom's Health, where our goal is to increase your parenting confidence, remove the overwhelm of adolescents, and improve your ability to fully engage your teens for remarkable results. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for all your comments, all your likes. Thank you for reaching out. Please do leave your comments. I'd like to know that you stopped by and to know your thoughts. So last week, we started talking about 10 ways to talk to your teens about sexuality. And this is the second part. Talking about sex and sexuality is a very awkward topic, and many parents do shy away from it. But it's so important that we talk to our teens about it. The studies have shown in the US that over 750,000 teenagers become pregnant annually, and a vast majority, 82% of that, is unintended pregnancy. So it's so important we talk to them about it. Now, the three things we mentioned last week is number one, you have to be comfortable talking to your teenagers about this topic, and you have to be comfortable with the facts. Secondly, you have to start early and you have to be consistent. It's not a one-time thing. You have to continue talking to them about it, and it has to be based on values, safety, respect. The third thing we spoke about is about puberty. You have to talk to your children about their body changes, the physical changes, emotional changes, mental changes that comes with adolescence. So today we'll continue, and what we'll want to talk about is talking to your teenager about love, about mutual respect, and about consent and safety. Talking to our teens about love or even showing love is one of the most protective forces that we can offer our children. Now, I was asking my daughter the other day, they were chatting and they were like, oh, this girl has a crush on this boy. I was like, So my ears, my antennas went up. What's happening? I was like, oh, so what happened? They're like, oh, this girl had a crush on this boy. I was like, okay, question. Why do people at a very young age start going out or say they are dating? And they said, oh, they want love, they want attention, they want affection. And I was like, okay, then I continue to talk on other ways you could have love or affection without being entangled in what we call relationships. So it's important that we show on a daily basis love to our children. Why? Because to make them know that they are worthy of being loved, they are worthy of being their own person. Number two, it offers a foundation of self-regard that actually builds into their behavioral and emotional outcomes. Also, it generates security for them. They feel secure and helps them as they grow even into adolescence. Also, showing love consistent to our children is a basis for meaningful friendship and relationships, even into adulthood. So it's so important that we show love to our children. We let them know, I love you. We pay them attention. We let them feel inclusive. If not, they would go out seeking for this attention, the so-called love. And we know that in a young age, sometimes relationships come with its own issues, emotional issues, a lot of it actually. Now we have to talk about self-respect. You have to build your child in the way they see themselves, to appreciate their bodies, to appreciate who they are becoming. Okay, we are made in the image of God, and we are wonderfully and perfectly made. Everybody has their own strengths, their own weaknesses, and you have to let them build on their strength. Another thing that you have to do is for them to also appreciate their body. They have to see their body, appreciate it, take care of it, hygienically. They have to take care of it, also mentally. I'll start letting them know the best way to groom themselves. As an adolescent, start secreting a lot of hormones that produces, that increase the secretions that the child has. They sweat more. And if they are not well groomed, they can start also having body odors. So you have to start talking to them about washing the right places more frequently and properly. So it's important. We have to keep our bodies and our minds healthy. Also, you have to talk about mutual respect. Everybody, either you're a boy or a girl, you have to respect the other person, and you have to demand that respect for you, for yourself as well. So what are we talking about? Knowing the boundaries, knowing what the people's personal limits are. So you don't just assume, you have to ask, and you have to get consent, from the person before. The fact that the person allows you to hold their hands doesn't mean that the person wants you to touch them the other time, the next time, or even those consents can be withdrawn. You have to let the child know what boundaries are, either for themselves or for other people. Also, they have to listen to spoken and unspoken communication. You can't just assume because somebody is smiling, friendly with you, doesn't mean that they want to have a relationship. Okay, so everybody has to know what the limits and the boundaries are. Even in normal relationships, friendships, you have to know that. Also, you need to teach your child that verbal consent is important. You have to be able to say yes, and you have to be able to say no, and the person should be able to respect it, and vice versa. It's so important. So that's number 4. Talk about love, mutual respect, and consent. When you talk about it, it's so vital. It helps them in knowing how to navigate the issues that concerns sex and sexuality and how to even relate to other people. So that they don't make the mistakes and assume that certain behaviors are okay, are welcome. A lot of times, the studies have shown that either rape, violence, molestation is based on sometimes lack of knowledge, lack of information, lack of trying to get their own way, feeling that it's okay to behave that way, especially if they grow up in that kind of environment. So you need to teach your children how to navigate this new world that they're getting into. Now, number 5, you need to listen, learn, and lead. It's important you listen. I've said it several times in my, and love and respect goes with the level 2 in parents leadership for children. You can go to my video 2 and 3, it talks about that. Listening, learning, and leading is also in my video 2 and 3. Please go back if you need to go there and listen more. Now, you have to take a listening stance when you're listening. Don't take a judgmental stand. Don't already start forming ideas and things in your mind about the way they're talking. Listen, ask them questions. Don't assume that they know everything. And when asking them questions, you allow them to talk. The more you listen, the more they talk, and the more you ask questions based on the last thing they've spoken about. And you have to also be factual when you're talking to them. Be factual and let them know what the statistics actually are. For instance, we're watching a cartoon recently, and 2 teenagers, they're kissing, and I was like, oh, and I asked my daughter, what do you think about this? She was like, or what do you think the limit is in relationship? And she was like, oh, yes, holding hands is okay. You don't go way far, and kissing. I was like, okay, kissing where? Because that's what they are seeing every day. They feel mouth-to-mouth kissing is normal in teenage or young relationships, because it's everywhere. And I have to give her the facts about things. That's okay, as you mature, yes, but you don't have to. Media has made people feel that when you have an affection for somebody or have a feeling, you have to act it out. You have to act out through kissing or through smooshing or other things. No, I have to make her know that it's not every time you have affection for somebody that it has to translate into sexual actions. If you want to hold hands, that's fine. If you want to talk, somebody you like, talk about it. As you mature, kissing on the cheeks is fine. But by the time you have mouth-to-mouth kissing, you're not even too sure about, the hygiene, you are exchanging salivary fluids, and even statistics have shown and studies that you can transmit certain infections to the mouth. So she was like, oh, like, not to scare you, but with the right person at the right time, yes. Okay, so number 6, don't make assumptions. Don't assume that they know everything. Even though they're being taught in school, they're hearing from here and there, don't assume they know everything. You still have to teach them. You have to teach them based on facts, based on your values, based on the truth. You have to always make teaching them an ongoing thing. Because you spoke about it yesterday or last month, don't assume they still remember today. Okay? So you have to make sure that you continue talking to them from the basis of love, safety, and respect. Second, don't assume that because they're asking questions, they are doing it. Some are just asking out of curiosity. Some are just asking out of trying to understand better a topic, or even trying to clarify the information they had. So my son came to me the other time and said, oh, Mom, what do you know about contraceptives? And I spoke to him about all the types of contraceptives. I said, wow, okay, some of my friends in school said they're using hormonal contraceptives, the pills. I said, why is that? I said, well, they want to, improve their shape, they want to improve their curves, and I have to download to him all the reasons why they shouldn't. While in adults and in very active, sexually active teenage people, they'll say, okay, use contraceptives. But it comes with its drawbacks as well. And I let him know that some of the side effects for people that don't even need it and are using it, you can have headache, hormonal imbalances. Some could have hypertension, hot flushes, and have anxiety, many different things. But when you're using it in adulthood, it's because you need it, and that's the choice you are making based on the information you are being provided, not just because you want to change your shape. So don't assume that they're asking all those questions because they are doing it. Many times they just want to clarify. So they're in the best position to provide the right information for them. They're the best position to clarify so many gray areas that is out there because of the information they are hearing, and they feel, oh, it's the norm. You have to help them. And don't assume they understand everything. You have to, repeat what they've told you to make sure you understand it. And when you say give them the information, you have to repeat it to ensure that they understand it, and then they repeat it back to you, so that information is clear and they are empowered to go out and make informed decisions. So imagine when your kids, as they grow up, they have the right information to be assertive, to make the best informed decisions, so that they would be the best version of themselves, so that they can achieve their full potentials as they grow up. So thank you for listening today. Please leave your comments. If you've benefited from this talk, share with other parents, other moms, caregivers, and then I'll see you next week. So thanks again, and God bless. Bye.